we have the Washington Commanders. They started off interestingly with Emmanuel Forbes while Christian Gonzalez was still on the board. It's quite the decision there.
Yeah, we had so in one mock we had the cornerbacks fall, and in some miraculous situation, the Commanders ended up with Gonzalez sitting in their lap, which we had only mocked once because again we always have one position fall, and it happened to be corner in that one mock. We thought for sure that they were going to run this pickup, that it was Gonzalez. Not sure what happened with Gonzalez that caused him to fall so far with the ceiling that he has, um, and just the production that he put up at Oregon.
And it's worth noting
Or
that nothing came out about that. There wasn't
yeah,
any news after the fact that there was why he fell to 17. Keep going.
yeah. And then Forbes. I mean, we've said it before. Forbes is a top three arguable coverage prospect, but there's no way because his run support is very much uh selective, and when he does, his tackling's awful. If he tackles high, he gets choken off. He's 166. And if he wants to hit low, he rocket himself or missiles himself at the running back's legs, and a ton of the time he just completely whiffs.
Those are some
And
funny
if I were
highlights.
if I were Washington, I would have serious concerns about people picking on his side of the field to run. Uh, Jatavis Martin was part of a very strong Illinois secondary. Didn't have a chance to watch him. Stromberg, though, was on my list. Didn't have a chance to look at him, but literally everything that I've heard about him was positive. I even heard one thing saying like he was a prospect that people were writing down because, or when they were watching someone on the defensive line, just erased the competition in front of them. Daniels was a combine standout. Don't particularly know anything about him. And then KJ Henry was one of our favorite day three picks.
Yeah, and it's not like one thing I just want to note is the Chargers draft is the only one we really didn't like. Like most of these teams have like good picks. This isn't one of those where like one team just drafted nothing worthwhile. Now there's a lot of head scratching picks, but KJ Henry is a great pick in the fifth round. However, edge rusher should have been addressed earlier than this. Like they declined Chase Young's fifth year option. They are paper thin all across the board besides tackle. Their edge rushers, if they go down, Henry's a developmental prospect with a lot of upside, but the edge rushers fell a little bit. And there was guys there that they could have gotten to be a rotational piece sooner rather than later. And Chris Rodriguez, I mean, I liked him, but he's Brian Robinson. Like he's not gonna, be useful. I don't know. Washington's draft was more just unspectacular, and taking Forbes over Gonzalez is one of those things that may haunt them going forward.